All right, so I 100% don't expect to get a single crab, but we are out here on a jetty. That's where all the rocks are, and that's where they say that to catch crabs. And so we're gonna throw it in there, try to get farther out, let it set for a while, see if there's any crabs that go onto it, pull it in, and keep going. Try to get up probably a couple hours. If I get something, you'll see it. Don't worry about it.
Everybody trying to go, yeah, the party jumping off. Hey, we putting on a show, trying to catch a vibe. We do this every time.
Now, it hasn't been in there long enough, but it got pulled underneath these rocks. I want to get them out from underneath them, so I'm going to try to get it out. You can see down there, all the fish. There's a ton of fish down there, but it got pushed underneath those rocks. So I'm going to have to go out and pull it out that way. Alright, so of course the one time I pull something up that you're not watching, we got one. We got a blue crab. We got it! Alright, let's put him up so we can eat him later. Alright, so there's that guy.
It's a party, make a toast. It's a party every day. So anywhere you go, all across the coast, we do it every time. Like na 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 na. I got nothing but the.
All right, so we got one. I'm about to pull it up again. Let's see if we got another one. Well, it's not a little hermit crab up in there, see it? I can't tell where I'm looking. So there's a hermit crab. That's not what we're looking for. Back go in ya. Let's try it again. I will say what I've learned, the hardest part is to keep your net or your rope out of the water, because it keeps on getting caught, and then it caught in the rocks. Two. I won't throw it all in there though. Alright, so we only got one, but I'm telling you, for me, like if it's fishing or anything like this, if I don't get skunked, if I get something, it is worth the entire trip, right? Getting all the gear. It's more of the experience than anything, saying that I went fishing for blue crab or trapping, whatever you want to call it, and I got one, I caught one, so it proves I can do it. But one's not enough to make a meal, so I kept him, and we're gonna go to a local fish market here and just buy some shrimp, get some more blue crab, and then we'll boil it all up for y'all tonight. We went and got, they're in there, they had some ice on them. 3 pounds of shrimp. They didn't have any stuff. They didn't have any of the blue crab. They had some snow crab legs, but I'm like, I don't want that. I want stuff that's local. So we got 3 pounds of shrimp. So we'll go home, take that one blue crab that we got. We'll go ahead and clean it and put it on ice with the rest of the shrimp, and then we'll probably go out and I'll boil it up tonight after we get back from the beach. So I don't think that I'll eat 3 pounds of shrimp tonight, but the best part of that is they're great hot, and then you put them back on ice, and then you eat them in the morning like shrimp cocktail. Yeah. So I'm still pretty excited about it. So next time you'll see me is probably when we're getting ready to clean that one blue crab. And we'll talk about how we're gonna clean it. There he is. Let me clean him up. I'm having issues with the screen, but the humidity's on the outside's gone now, so we're good. So, again, we only got one, right? So let's open him up. Xander wants to see him. So what I heard is that you put them in ice water, and it basically puts them in hibernation, and that's like the safest way, or like the most humane way to euthanize them. So he's pretty much goner, and then we're gonna clean him up. So I'll put you on my forehead, we'll clean him up, and then we'll cook him a little bit later. All right, so this is the first blue crab I caught. So obviously it's gonna be the very first one I've cleaned. And so we're gonna walk you through basically what I've heard. So what I've heard is that they're not too bad, that we go this knife right here, pop the shell off, and then kind of wash some stuff out, and then he's done. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I don't know where. I'll tell you. There we go. So just like that, which that turned out, I'm gonna take it off my head. That turned out way better than I thought it was going to be completely honest. All right, so then we'll just rinse out his guts. And then, well, these are gills, which you can just blow. I've seen it two ways. We can cut them off, but if you have this water hose, they just kind of spray right off too. But we gotta get rid of those. Break off this front of this guy. A little bit more there. And that's basically all she wrote. And so there's my blue crab that we'll cook up and eat later tonight. And I'll go put him on ice. We'll cook him later. All right, so we just got back. The kids are watching shows there, eating Cheetos there, and we cut up our lemons. I'm gonna put it in our boiler pot. I don't know how long it'll take to boil this stuff. So we're gonna get it going. And then we're gonna add the Louisiana crawfish, because I like a little Cajun in it. And then after they're done, we're gonna let them set in some Old Bay. So we'll got the 3 pounds of shrimp that we're gonna do, and then that one blue crab that I caught. So that should be pretty good, but I'll show you when we add everything else. So I'm just gonna add probably this whole thing of crawfish stuff, because it's not a ton and I like it, a lot of seasoning. And then we'll sprinkle on the Old Bay after we get it boiled. So there is all the 4 lemons total, all that Louisiana crawfish. We'll cook it in this. What's probably gonna happen, I'll bring it to a boil. I'll throw everything in it, let it set for like 5 minutes, and then I'll cut the heat and let it set for about another 15 minutes to kind of let all the seasonings kind of soak into it. So here we got a rolling boil. That's what a rolling boil is. And now we're gonna go add our shrimp. The crab takes like 10 minutes, but the shrimp take like 2. And so what's gonna happen is I'm going to start the crab earlier, and then kind of take shrimp in and out, in and out, in and out. So the shrimp is 2 minutes on the boil when it gets back to boiling. And the crab is about 10 when it gets back to boiling. We'll see y'all in 2 minutes. All right, so the shrimp is done. I'm gonna start transferring it to a different bowl, and then we'll bring that crab over. All right, so now we're gonna sprinkle the Old Bay. Well, let's change it to the spoon. So we're gonna sprinkle the Old Bay on it, flip it around, give it time to season, and then we'll eat. And at last, here is, well, let's find it. There is that crab, that blue crab. Let's season it up and get on the plate. All right, so the way we cooked like crawfish was that we'd boil it, get it cooked, and then we'd let it sit in the seasoning to kind of, you know, let it take that seasoning up. So that's what we're doing with the shrimp. So if you can see, I've kind of made a steam pot with it to where the plate's on top and the bowl kind of keeps it with the seasoning. And we're gonna let it sit for probably 5 more minutes and then let it keep that seasoning up, and then we're gonna eat it with the cocktail sauce. Just one crab, all those shrimp. So I'm back at my parents' house editing this video together and realized that I just kind of left y'all. I just like left and started eating because I was hungry because, you know, that took forever to cook, and we just got back from the beach and I was excited about it. So I just dove right in and then completely neglected to wrap up the video for you. So just to say this, the crab was awesome. I mean, there's obviously one blue crab. There wasn't a lot of meat, but what we did get was awesome. The shrimp was great from right there in Destin. And so all in all, a success, right? I caught one. I caught a wild blue crab on my own with the net. Cooked it, ate it. Pretty great trip. So this is just the first of 3 videos we have about our trip to Destin. So make sure you stick around and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below so you do not miss anything, and we will see you in the next one.